$8 billion LNG pipeline backed by the Taliban. What could possibly go wrong? Construction on the Afghan section of an $8 billion natural gas pipeline that will connect Turkmenistan through Afghanistan to Pakistan and India began last month with the backing of the Taliban. The endorsement of the group is vital as the pipeline will run through about 804 kilometers of Taliban-controlled areas. The TAPI pipeline is expected to carry an annual 33 billion cubic meters of gas along a 1,800-kilometer route. It is expected to create thousands of jobs and generate more than $400 million a year in revenue for the Afghan government. The Afghan section of the project is expected to be completed in 2 years. Keep your eyeballs glued to the screen.
Google planning to build 3 new underwater cables. Google is coming after our oceans. Google is planning on laying 3 new underwater cables in 2019 to help expand its cloud business. The first will run from Los Angeles to Chile, the second will link the US to Denmark and Ireland, and the third will connect Hong Kong and Guam. Laying these new cable systems will help Google develop its cloud services in Latin America, the North Atlantic, and the Pacific region and Australia. Google now has direct investments in 11 cables that are planned or under construction. Here's a question. If these cables are supposed to help Google's cloud services, why are they being laid underwater? Something smells fishy. Keystone Pipeline spills 210,000 gallons of oil. What a surprise! The Keystone Pipeline just spilled a whole bunch of oil, this time in South Dakota. The Keystone Pipeline runs from Hardisty, Alberta to Cushing, Oklahoma and Wood River, Pacoda, Illinois. On Thursday morning, it leaked 210,000 gallons, or 5,000 barrels, of oil in Marshall County, South Dakota, near Amherst. TransCanada, the company that owns the pipeline, said it detected a drop in pressure around 6 a.m. and shut down the pipeline. TransCanada said it received permission from the landowner to investigate the spill and plan cleanup. This would be the largest Keystone oil spill to date in South Dakota. Nice. With such good news like this, we should definitely okay the proposed Keystone XL pipeline immediately.
Netherlands set to spend 150 million euros on biogas production. The Netherlands has found a use for their cows other than pumping milk, turning their manure into energy. Manure processing is important to the Netherlands, as about 10% of the country's greenhouse gas emissions come from agriculture, mostly methane from animal manure. The International Dairy Federation says the nation's livestock produces about 74 million tons of manure a year, which is too much to be directly applied to farmland as fertilizer. The excessive amount of nutrients could leak into underground water, resulting in algae growth and pollution to nearby water sources. To solve this problem, officials have implemented an experiment at one farm. Cow manure is put through an anaerobic digester, where exposure to bacteria transforms solid manure into liquid form. The resulting substance then releases biogas that is made mostly of methane and carbon dioxide. The biogas can be used as fuel, while any leftover manure can be used as fertilizer. This experiment reportedly generated 9,342 kilowatt-hours of electricity in 20 days, which is enough to power 3 homes for a year. The Dutch government has committed to investing 150 million euros to the biogas program, which aims to get 1,000 large farms across the country to produce energy from cow manure within 4 years. Japanese engineer develops turbine that loves typhoons. A new type of wind mechanism being developed in Japan is designed to not only harness power from the wind, but also to be particularly effective during typhoons. A typhoon turbine created by a Japanese engineer consists of 3 vertical blades and a central rod. It has an omnidirectional axis so that it can respond to wind coming from every direction. The turbine makes use of the principle of the Magnus effect. Air curves when passing by a rotating object, and the downward deflection of the airflow produces a lifting force that counteracts the force of gravity, enabling the object to remain airborne. The blades are controlled by the central rod, which can be tightened to slow down or stop the blades completely regardless of the external forces. Under normal circumstances, the Typhoon turbine can achieve about 30% efficiency, while a conventional wind turbine can achieve 40%. However, conventional wind turbines can be damaged by typhoons, while the Typhoon turbine would still function normally in a large storm. The designer of the Typhoon turbine believes a single typhoon would be able to generate enough energy to power Japan for 50 years. According to the Japan Guide, about 7 or 8 typhoons pass over Okinawa Prefecture each year, with about 3 hitting its main islands. If the Typhoon turbine is proven to be functional under extreme weather, then Japan could harvest a significant amount of energy to power itself for a long time.